Welcome back to another episode of Sports Eternal. Subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with the latest uploads. Let's get into today's video. In order for me to play the way I know I can play, I had to get fully fit. I had to get healthy, and to where I was strong and explosive again so I could practice, Woods said about the long process. Range wisdom. Woods began revealing his methods during his trip to Australia, where he stated with this nugget, range thoughts and range feels don't equate to golf course feels. You've got to figure that out. Trying to get the club in the right position on the range, that feel and that thought does not always work out on the golf course. Pressure of a new swing. It's easy to presume that a player the caliber of Tiger Woods is beyond feeling the pressure of taking a new swing from practice range to the golf course. Woods, though, said he definitely feels it. Short game changes. Now, people say, why would you change your short game? Because you had a decent short game prior to that. Why would you change that? Well, it's a different release, Woods said. When I was with Butch, I released it in a different way, and when I was with Hank, I released it in a different way. Most experienced instructors say a chip shot is a miniature version of the full swing. A short game shot, it's a very similar motion. I had to get into this model of how Sean wanted me to swing, and my mini swings are going to be chip shots, Wood added. Flop shots are different, but as far as normal chip shots, chip and runs, those are all the same releases. So I had to learn that new pattern, and once I learned that new pattern, that's what you saw last week. The putter or the puttee? Steve Stricker gave Tiger Woods some important putting tips in Australia, just before the singles matches of the President's Cup. Whatever he says about putting, I'm going to listen, Woods said about his friend. Initially, it was about releasing the blade of the putter. There were more details. He basically was talking about ball position and releasing the toe of the putter, Woods explained. Thought I would just try it, and it felt good, and all of a sudden I got into a natural kind of body position, and I wasn't dragging the blade anymore. I wasn't over-releasing the blade, just right on the line. Toe was moving, and it felt great. Then at the Chevron, we learned more. In Australia, I was missing putts, and my shoulders were slightly open, so I'm trying to do anything I can to basically get my shoulders square, Woods said last week. I like to putt with my right hand. Just hit it with my right hand, release that toe as much as I possibly can, he continued. I like, as I say, I like to feel it moving and have some hit in my stroke. At Chevron, Woods said that he reverted to the stroke he used to use on Poa Anua. I put on Poa differently than I would any other place, and just how I release it and roll it, Woods concluded. Fixing the swing mid-round. Tiger Woods said he now understands the reason he hits bad shots with his new swing and knows what to do to fix it. Couple of times out there, I hit a couple of loose shots, and that's because of where my backswing wasn't where I needed to have it, and I know it, he explained after the Chevron. Under the gun, I kind of got back into an old pattern, so obviously I need more reps and create a new pattern. When the pressure was on the most, the last 2 holes, I hit 3 of the best shots I hit all week. That's very exciting for me. Woods also said he is hitting the ball farther today than he did 2 years after his PGA Tour debut because of the technology improvements. My club head speed may be faster back then, but the ball didn't go as far, he insisted. I have way more shots than I did in '98, and a much better understanding of how to map out a golf course and how to play myself around a golf course. Nerves. Guess what? Even Tiger Woods gets nervous when he's leading, but he sees it differently than just being nervous. I've been here so many times that I just feel very comfortable being here in this position. Was I nervous? Absolutely. Always nervous in that position, but it's a comfortable feeling, and I enjoy being in that position, Woods added. For some reason, it is kind of a comfort to be there with a chance to win. Fred Couples used to say he was always nervous on the first tee, but added that it was a good nervous. The long ball. Woods was losing distance to the young guys, especially on the tee ball. My mechanics were such I couldn't put any speed into it. I kept slowing down to get the club in the right position, he explained. Now I can go again. I can be aggressive. It was frustrating because all the strength training that I was doing, how the hell am I hitting it shorter? I should be hitting it further. Tell us about it. He's not the only golfer to ever be in that situation. He says that the key was getting the club in the right position, plus the advantage of his weight training. All of a sudden, the ball is flying, and that's it. Good and bad. He said, I'm longer than I was a couple of years ago. He said it's hard to compare with the irons because different players have their irons bent to different lofts. My lofts and lengths, our clubs, are different than most of the guys now. New standard is different, he added. But driver off the tee, I'm not quite as long as Dustin, but I'm in the ballpark. But I feel like I'm probably with my irons. I'd probably say a half a club shorter than he is. But if it was apples to apples, with the lofts and lengths of clubs, it might be pretty close. He said he can't carry the ball in the air as far as Dustin Johnson, but he is close to it. The longest today, Woods thinks, is Gary Woodland. When I was younger, I had another gear, Woods said. That's kind of what Gary has, which is kind of fun to watch, because he'll just hit it, and then he'll step on one, and it's like, whoa, he's got another gear that other guys just don't have. I've talked to Dustin about it. I've talked to Bubba about it. They just don't have that extra little gear that he's got, and that's pretty fun to watch. And with that, we've reached the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video and found it interesting, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.